its wing, he kind of cries out.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is actually how I came up with like that. It's on a website called D&D Beyond.
Hi everybody, welcome to Richmond Public Library's Twitch stream. We are live to play Dungeons and Dragons for our third time with I realize our party doesn't have a name, so maybe that can be our goal for today. We're going to figure out a name, or maybe you will figure out a name for us, and you can tell us what the name of this party is, and we can we can take a vote if we get enough people making suggestions. So welcome to the Twitch stream. My name is James. I'm James the Tech. I will be the dungeon master today, and I'll also be running Twitch. So if every once in a while I look like my brain is off into the stratosphere, it's because I'm trying to do two things at once, which that's just how it goes. And let's introduce the party. Let's start with Juice.
Hi there. My name is Jayush. I've been playing D&D for a long time. I've run with the library for a long time as well, so it's a pleasure to be here. And I'll be playing Ancient Man, a rather old adventurer, a monk who used to adventure back way in his heyday. But he decided to take one last journey, one last stride out in order to find a little more adventure before settling down once more.
Excellent. And then Andrew.
Hey, I'm Andrew. Started playing D&D, advanced D&D actually, in 1982, I think. Yes, I am that old. And somewhat new to 5e, really liking it. And I'm playing Krog, who's a very cliche character, and I love playing him. And he's a half-orc, and he's not too bright. And he's got a heart of gold.
And Michael.
Yeah, I'm Michael. I also have been playing D&D since it was called AD&D, and 5e is awesome. It's true. The character I'm playing is Davnos Rolnath, a Triton Ranger. So kind of a ex-military ranger type dude who's doesn't really like the fellows we're going to run into a lot. Really hates them quite a lot, actually. So
Excellent. And then we have Shoyo.
Hey everyone, name's Shoyo. I'm still fairly a beginner at this game, I suppose. I haven't played it too often. I did play with Hugh a couple times, who joined you guys something like two sessions ago or so. So yeah, that's about it for me.
All right. So I just realized that I forgot to put in the stream information, so nobody knows. Everybody thinks that we're doing programming with Java right now, and we're not. So I'm just gonna quickly update this to. I remembered everything for today, and it's such a setup. I wish I could just take a picture of this setup right now. It's quite the scene. So I'm just gonna say Dungeons and Dragons. We're gonna call this Dungeons and Dragons with the library, and
I was about to say. I was waiting for everyone to be done with their introductions.
Oh, did you notice that on Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized all of a sudden I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot to do this. Okay, so let's see. We're playing D&D. I'm gonna make it nice and short right now. Okay. And category is there. Dungeons and Dragons. Perfect. Okay. So now that should update. So if anybody who's on Twitch, if you notice it and it updates, just let me know. Whew. Okay. So last time on Dungeons and Dragons, we our party had gone to a temple in the middle of the ocean that had risen when the ocean sort of went down, and these creatures, the marrow, these kind of like mermen almost, had come up on shore and were attacking this nearby village. This temple that rose from the ocean had not been seen in centuries, and had been used by the marrow very deep down underneath the ocean. They the Marrow had captured some villagers, taken them to their temple, and the party went in, found them, rescued them, and brought them back to the village. So that is our first scene. Is it's funny. I'm actually trying to use Roll20 on OBS here, and that doesn't work. So there we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Uh, there. So you're all on the dock. I don't know if you can all see the map. I'm going to sort of pinpoint where you are over here, and uh, there you go. So can everybody see the map? Is that working for everybody?
Yep.
Okay, good. So you get to the dock, and the leader comes running up to you, and the villagers that you've rescued all. If you remember too, they had given you a ship so that you could actually sail to this temple and back. And so the leader comes up to you, and he rushes up to you, and he says, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much for rescuing my people. I don't know what we would have done if you hadn't come. What can I offer you in terms of reward? We have fish. We have some really nice fish. Maybe we could, have a barbecue for you. You look like you've been traveling for a while. You're probably hungry. Can we? And then he looks at Devos, and he says, Do you eat fish?
Yeah. Yeah, we eat fish.
Okay. Um, Come on. And he sort of waves you over to towards the um the big white trying to think of what it was, the big white lighthouse that you had originally met him in, and he brings you back over there, and there is a big feast that is prepared for you. You're all sitting at a long table, and he tells you that he says, ever since the ocean started to disappear, we've had a lot of issue actually with um well, I mean, how can I say this? One of our priests has convinced our current leader Hector to sacrifice people to a kraken, and he seems to think that if he gives these people a sacrifice, that you know, um, the kraken won't destroy us. But I really don't know that this is sustainable long term. Is I realize this is kind of asking a lot of you, but since you're here, do you think that you could maybe help us with this?
You said that it's like a local leader around here has been sacrificing kraken people to krakens. Seems
Yeah,
It's a bad
he's
plan.
What's a
you know
crack?
kraken. So, have you ever
It's
seen an octopus, Krog? Like, have you ever seen an octopus?
Sounds kind of dodgy.
So
it,
it's like an octopus, but much larger,
and really
like about
cranky.
like as big of a ship.
and unfortunately very hungry all the time. So
Certainly sounds like it.
I wonder if uh what I would suggest is if you went and you talked to Hector. Unfortunately, his father was just passed, which in a great battle with the Marrow, and which is why Hector is now in charge. But uh yeah, this priest that is, he was always an advisor to the king, and he was wise, but lately it's almost like he's trying to, and you can see somebody beside him kind of like shh, and he says, all right, all right, all right, all right. Maybe you guys could just go see for yourselves.
Uh, do we have a name? This priest? Do we know what their name is? Perhaps it might be a little easier to spot him in a crowd.
We do, and he takes out his notebook and he starts looking around, and he says his name is Xanthos.
Xanthos.
Yes, and right now he's kind of he's got the ear of Hector, and I think, to be honest, Hector is just, I think he's just so devastated by the loss of his father that he's really not thinking about what's best for his people.
Hmm.
He
That
can't
certainly
be.
sounds.
There's no way he could possibly be thinking anything sensible by feeding a kraken. It's just not a good plan.
Speaking of Kraken, Davros, we saw that pool with like the Kraken effigy in it. Is it is it known that Marrow's in Kraken? You seem to be the expert on Marrow and Marrow activities. So, is there like any sort of connection between that at all, or is it?
So DM,
uh,
little help.
yep.
I mean, my assumption is yes, but I need you to help me fill in the gap here.
So I'm gonna let you do one of two things, or not one of two things. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna do a roll for history. That because realistically, I think you should know the answer to this, but we're gonna see if you were paying attention in school. So you're gonna do a history check. If you get 12 or over, it means you pass, and I will give you the correct information. However, if you don't get 12 or over, you can always just make something up because you feel that you should know. It'll be totally up to you, your call.
Absolutely.
Or you can just admit that you don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, look, a 12.
Plus your history modifier.
Yeah. Is that
Oh, fabulous question. Oh yeah, that's unmodified. Hold on. Please hold. Let's hope it's not useless.
Michael's brain, you can in Davros' brain, you can see like the Apple loading signal or something. Apple loading signal.
Exactly. Please hold.
Beach ball. See the beach ball just going.
Hold on. Where is it? History. Is it in the list here?
yeah, it's in your attributes. So under it's alphabetical. So it's like athletics, or probably acrobatics, athletics.
Oh, history. There we
Yeah.
go. +1.
Oh, okay. So you
13.
do know, which is really good. So you know
Do.
that the marrow actually very often will take young kraken and they'll raise them because they make very good guardians for the marrow.
Okay, so now do we know, like, so I mean, questions that are going through my head already are sort of where is this kraken? What kraken? Like, how do the people get out to be sacrificed to the kraken? Like, how does all this happen? Do we know, or can I ask, or
You
what's
can
going on?
you can always ask anything.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to ask our friend who's talking about the sacrifices and going, so where do these sacrifices exactly happen? Like, where do the boats go?
He
I'm
said,
assuming
well,
they take people out in the boat.
he says, when the water receded, what wound up happening is we discovered that there was a long walkway that led to a sacrificial rock, and there were rumors that our people had done this with other with people to appease krakens, but they were rumors, right? They were like stories that we told to scare our children, because we're sick like that. But now we found out that it was true, and I guess when the waters receded and the marrow came, the kraken came too, and the guy beside him is kind of like, "Shh, you're saying too much again," and he kind of pushes him off this time, and he says,
Uh,
"No, I need to say this," and he says, "I really believe that that Xanthos is using the kraken as a way to scare the people, to control them, to create more followers." Because he's almost turning this into a religion, and I think he's going to try to overthrow Hector. And you can hear all
can I
of
make
the
an insight check on the other guy? Can I make the insight check on the guy that's trying to
hush him
cut?
up.
Yeah, hush him up. Can I make an insight check on him?
Yep, you sure can.
Absolutely. Let's go. That's a +7.
And Krog starts moving as well.
Come on. That's cocked. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. What you can really tell is you don't think that that there's anything nefarious going on with him. You sense that he's actually genuinely afraid.
Okay.
And you can see that he's not only afraid for himself, but he seems to be also afraid for and I'm trying to remember what I called the guy. I'm just going to call him Bill for now because I can't think of a name.
Bill.
Yeah.
I don't think you gave us a name, so
Oh, I didn't. Okay. So here,
Bill will
maybe
do.
so
you know,
Bill.
yeah, Bill is good.
Billiam.
Yeah, Billiam.
Bill.
Yeah. So yeah, Billiam. Yeah, he just seems like he's really looking out for Billiam.
Okay. Krog he's noticing this guy that keeps telling the main speaker to be quiet.
Yeah.
And he just kind of casually but totally stone-faced just steps forward and just kind of gently shoves this guy out of the way so that he's not beside the main speaker anymore.
Okay. You like tower over this guy because you're so large, and he's quite tiny, and he doesn't even he just kind of turns around and he starts gathering up dirty dishes, and he kind of looks like that's what he was doing all along. Like he just sort of goes to that, and he's even whistling a little bit, and wanders off.
Well, if this a growing problem with the marrow around here, it certainly sounds like something's afoot, at least.
Well, I was going to say, I
Krog.
think we have a bigger problem, right? The
Krog,
problem of
Towers, how do you feel
becoming
about
a religion.
how do you feel about dealing with more Kraken, more Marrow, and possibly a plot to overthrow the local leader? Like is it like does he maybe not a king, but like does he preside over several towns? Is it like a district that he's the leader of? Is it
Governor or
He presides over all of Ithaca here. So all of the little towns, the major city, he's our king. He's a ruler.
oh
And you know, when Hector was growing up, we actually all saw that he was kind-hearted. He seemed like he was a good fellow. His father, was very good to us, and so we really felt like the lineage was going to sort of continue this, just good, lifestyle for us. But now it really seems, since the marrow came and the father perished, and Hector is totally broken. We're really kind of worried that that Xanthos is going to take over, and if he does, yeah, I can't say this for sure, but I almost feel like he's welcoming the marrow, and maybe he was a little responsible for it. Because why we don't understand why the ocean suddenly receded from us. We've done our sacrifices. Sorry, wrong. I was thinking about the Kraken there. We've
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's hard to think about sometimes.
Yeah, but we've paid our tribute, to the gods when, whenever we bring in our shipload of fish, we say our thanks. We don't waste anything. We've been very good, and so I just, I don't want to see this end.
so
See.
where can we find Xanthos?
If you continue on the road out of the town in the same direction as you come in on, you'll come to the city. And if you leave today, there is a funeral procession right now for his father, and um I would come with you, and I could introduce you, and I would be happy to to let him know that you're here to help, and he respects me as an elder here. He knows that I look after my people, and I think we need to tell him that we were attacked by the marrow, and that we lost many.
Absolutely. That sounds like a fantastic plan of attack.
Yeah, let's go find out about Xanthos and Hector and see what we can do, because this is not okay.
Let's go meet a king, everyone.
How big is this crack?
Like in general, or just the one in particular?
I don't know.
Would I know how big
It's-
a kraken is in general?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you've done some studying too.
Okay. Uh, it is. Oh no. Well, if it's a fully adult one, sort of. Have you ever been on a large ship, like a large sailing ship? Many folks on it.
I've
It-
seen
it-
them.
Big enough to sort of grab onto one of those and sort of just drag it down.
And we're supposed to fight that?
We don't know if it's that large now.
It's Billiam says it's just a baby one. You know, it's tiny. It's maybe the size of this lighthouse. It's not
Mm.
huge.
So like a
So is it
rowboat.
more like an octopus or a squid?
That
Squid.
is-
More like
Yeah,
a squid.
more like a
but
squid.
really-
Squid.
Squid
Like a
but
squid? More like a
really-
squid?
A really big, cranky squid.
with hands.
We
With-
could have like really big calamari.
Yes, if we
we could.
do the thing right, we could have really big calamari. You're right.
Let's go.
Excellent. Crocs on board.
Crocs on board for the calamari.
The Kraken calamari.
I've never tried cooking kraken, but I suppose I could make an attempt.
Might be a little chewy, but we'll find out.
What could
We'll
possibly
see,
go?
we'll
What-
see.
I can't
know,
see anything
put
going
some-
wrong with that.
Yeah, what could possibly
Some
go
like
wrong?
soy sauce
Possibly
on
go
it.
wrong.
It'll be great. Soy sauce,
Just
ground
don't
pepper.
overcook it, because then it'll just be tough and rubbery.
Mm.
Okay, here, hold on 1 second here. That oh, because I'm actually there. In one of my D&D games, I started a little aside thing, but I started actually talking to myself as the DM, trying to figure things out. And one of my players was like, "Why are you mumbling?" And I said, "Oh, I just do that sometimes myself. I'm figuring something out." And he says, "Well, when the DM starts to mumble, I get really concerned."
That's understood.
My players say that to me all the time.
No, it's
All
not really
right.
a sign of insanity, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. There's not going to be any TPK just because I'm mumbling. Don't worry.
Yeah, honestly, it's my conscience holding me back from TPKing you all.
There you go.
Okay, so you go with Billiam. He takes you on the road. The road is very dusty. It's quite hilly where you are. Not so much that you can't see far ahead, but it's just a little rolling. There's trees, a cluster of trees every now and then. It's a very hot day. For those of you who are wearing armor, you are finding it. It's the sun is really beating down on you, and as you go, you get to one part where uh, it it looks like kind of a big open plain. You're along the road, but just off the road, you can actually see what looks kind of like. Actually, I'm going to show you because I can. You see there. You see this guy. So,
Oh no.
Not looking very friendly.
no, and he doesn't notice you right now. He's like I said, he's off the road a little bit. He's got large wings. One of the wings actually looks like, if you've ever seen like a bird with a broken wing, it kind of looks like that a little bit. And he seems to be eating something. He's kind of got the head of a lion. He's got these giant wings, and and Billiam says to you, we could just try to walk past.
He looks hungry.
Does.
He also looks occupied. Is this creature a problem for you guys in this neighborhood?
He shakes his head. He says, I've actually never seen anything like that before. I don't really get out of the village very often.
Fair enough.
Well, that's both a good sign and a bad sign, probably. Would any of us know if manticores or anything of the like are commonplace in these wilderness? Or
Yeah,
if they're,
you could do a Oh, okay.
Is this on the map?
Sorry, I just got a message from Shoyo. he's eating dinner, which is why his camera's off. So right now, yeah, I haven't changed the map just because it depends upon what you do, which map we go to. But what I'm going to have you do is if everybody does a history check, and it'll be again as 12 or above is kind of your role, and you can figure out if that'll tell us whether or not you know anything about manticores in this area.
I don't know
Excellent.
anything.
History check.
I rolled a 7. That brings it up to a 12 exactly.
All right.
11.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay, so
That's with my -2.
so you do know that manticores aren't necessarily common in this area. They are actually very uncommon. It gives you this feeling that with the receding of the ocean, with the marrow coming, and suddenly this manticore here and a kraken around, that all of these things are adding up to just something really odd is happening. Because this isn't normal. Manticores don't usually come, especially this close to villages or civilization.
Oh, okay. So this is not a problem now, but it might be a problem later if we just leave it.
And
Yeah, I have to admit.
yeah, you know that for sure. Like if this manticore does find one of the towns, you know for a fact that this manticore will probably have a bit of a
End the place.
smorgasbord.
It might be a good idea to take care of this now
I'm
while we're
thinking-
still here.
Yep. Well, we're at full hits and stuff.
How far away is it from us?
Right now it's probably a good 50 feet.
Good
Hmm.
50 feet.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'm reluctant to put a couple corals into it until we have a plan.
All right.
But I'd like to put a couple corals into it at least and have a go.
Fair enough. All right.
What do you think,
All
Krog?
right,
Well, out of character. On range for my javelins, it's got 30 and then in brackets 120. So that's the furthest range.
Yeah. Yep.
Is there like a negative that I get after 30 feet?
I believe
It's
so.
over 30?
It's what you know what I actually don't know what the negative is. I've never had anybody shoot that far.
So for most range weapons, you have a short range and a long range. Short range is is sort of think of it like as the effective range of the weapon, where you get no penalties to attacking with it. If you attempt to make a ranged attack at within the long range distance between 30 and 120, you have disadvantage on that attack
Okay, got it.
Okay.
because you're trying to stretch the weapon farther than it's meant to go.
Which makes sense. Okay, here, sorry, I'm just going to change the map. I just created a character sheet for Shoyo too, just in case he wants to use Roll20. But yeah, as Juice says, we're pretty open. If he, wants to use paper, he can use paper. It's it's all
And
just for fun.
Taking a look around, is it just us, or is he like nibbling on like a person? Like what's?
Right now, if you want to get closer, you could, so that you could see. But right now, it's pretty hard to see. Okay, here I'm just gonna change maps. See what you guys see.
Right. I will.
Uh,
Well, I'll. Then why don't perhaps I ambush it, and once it starts getting a little more upset, then both Krog you can charge in as well as Stavros.
Oh, I'm gonna come right with
doing
you.
it, but I thought you might say that.
Yeah.
All right, Bill, Billiam, Bill.
William, yes,
Bill,
he looks a little freaked out.
You might want to take cover somewhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, he says no problem. He's already taking cover.
All right.
So do we want to approach from 3 directions? Make it a little
Right, so-
less of a target for all of us.
All right, absolutely. So, Krog, you move. You sidle over to its right side. I'll move over to its left. Got it?
It's right.
You're
My
right.
right or my
You
left?
you go to our right, and then I'll go to our left.
Krog looks at his hands. Okay, which way are you going?
Is Krog right-handed or left-handed?
Just point.
He's right.
He's right-handed. Move to the way your swinging arm is, and I'll move to the way your swinging arm isn't.
Okay, I use two hands though to swing.
Just point, man. I point. I point for Krog.
Oh,
that way.
gotcha. Thanks.
Over there.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
That was funny. That was good. Thank you, Krog.
That was beautiful.
And
Krog, we
You
love him.
should see your characters on the screen.
I do.
They're kind of on the bottom right-hand side. And
All
there.
right. Yeah. So I'm aiming to
Yeah.
go this way around to try to get to him.
Okay.
You should attempt to go like this way around. And then Dovnos can perch himself wherever he wants to take pot shots.
All right.
I'll move in. I'll move in a little closer, but I'll take some cover so that I don't have to be right in the line of fire.
It looks like there's a statue right over here.
I was gonna
Might be able to
say,
take cover behind.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna let you do is you're gonna take one movement that's free, and while he's kind of preoccupied, I'm gonna have you roll a stealth check. And
Absolutely.
if you fail the stealth check, then he notices you as you're moving. However, if you pass the stealth check, you'll get to wherever it is that you want to position yourselves, and then we'll roll for initiative.
All right.
Okay,
Here
we
we
are
go.
more than 50 feet away though.
Oh, look, I rolled a 24 for stealth.
Natural 20.
Yeah, you're way more than 50 feet away. Sorry.
Okay, so hold on.
10, 15.
Are these fives or are these tens? What are the squares?
Yeah, they're fives. 5, 10, 15,
Okay.
20.
Let's
20,
go.
30, 40. So actually, here, hold on. I'm gonna put you sort of properly here.
Initiative modifier again? Okay. Oh, stealth modifier first. Stealth modifier first. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is
So
the same as
actually,
my
you'd be
initiative
more
modifier.
like here.
Oh,
More like
okay.
here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna take a route around the back. Yeah. So I rolled a 23 stealth.
Okay. Yeah, you pass.
Yeah, I rolled a 24 stealth.
Yeah, that's pass.
10.
Yeah, 10 is also a pass. No,
Really?
sorry. No, 10 is not a pass.
Oh no.
Okay. So, what I'm going to get you to do is, Ain, you're going to position yourself where you want to be.
Okay. Let me just get my.
And you've gotten there
Here.
unnoticed.
Okay, so I want to get
I
over
can't
there.
seem to move the map.
Right-click
The map
to-
or your character?
The map
Are you using a mouse or a trackpad?
trackpad.
It's hard with a trackpad. If using a Mac, double click on your trackpad and then move your fingers. But I would actually use the scroll bars on the side.
Yeah.
You
roll-
can also, yes, you do
Yeah,
have the scroll bars,
roll
so-
20 is horrible for the trackpads. I use a mouse.
I've
Because it's
never had a
easier.
problem before.
Okay, so we can only move within our movement, right? Like 30 or whatever?
Yeah.
Where is that? That is, oh, there we go. Haha.
I can't do anything here.
No.
Can you move Krog?
Well, if I could move the map so I could see him.
There's you
You
should be
can
able to
make
see
it smaller or
two scroll
bigger.
bars.
Yeah.
Yep, and you should be able to see two scroll bars on the right hand side of the battle map and on the bottom of the battle map that you can use to scroll along.
Or if
Yeah, but
on
you gotta drag those, right?
Yeah, you gotta click and drag
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, that's not working.
Not working for
Hmm.
you?
maybe dump your
Yes.
browser and come back.
Yeah.
It might
Like,
just
yeah,
be
could-
that the browser
or just like reload.
Just
Might
just
just reload.
redo it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, force
Yeah.
a reload. Yeah, on the page. Yeah.
Oh, I think I see show you his character. The Sinio?
Hey, yeah, that's yeah, that's my character.
Okay. So here's how we're gonna introduce you. You were actually on your way to the fishing village originally when you saw this manticore that is right here. The manticore is currently eating an ox that you were actually taking to the village, and you were kind of thankful that the manticore didn't attack you, didn't notice you. So what I'm gonna do is actually gonna put you on the map.
Sucks for the ox.
And you are currently hiding over here. You can sort of see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you permissions for that character in just 1 second.
Who's that?
Can we see them?
There,
You-
I can see something on the screen, but I don't know if it's an actual character or if
Oh.
it's just a mess on the
No,
map.
not yet.
Okay.
It's
It's not a character yet.
yeah, it's just me
He's
setting.
loading in. He's loading in.
Me setting it up.
Okay, because there is a dude on the map with a knife in his hand, but I don't know who that
I
is.
believe that is Shoyo's character.
Oh, okay, it is. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm not insane. Excellent. I'm
No,
feeling
you're not.
better now.
Not
I-
yet, anyways.
But, and not for this reason, anyways. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
There.
It's not for this reason. Excellent.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so what I'm gonna get everybody. Krog, have you been able to move the map yet?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm gonna have everybody do is roll for initiative. Unfortunately, Krog, you are noticed. Ain and how do I pronounce your character's name?
Dovnos.
Dovnos. Thank you.
Governor.
Dovnos, you two are not spotted yet. And Sinio, you're not spotted yet either, but you have noticed these three people who came along the road from the village that you were originally intending to go to. You see them sort of stalking this manticore, and so if everybody could roll initiative, and then let me know what you roll.
Yes. Woo!
Whoa!
Woo! So many natural 20s. So many natural 20s. Let's go.
I just rolled a
Hmm.
12. Total.
15.
It's a
There
natural
we go.
20 for me, so 23.
Nice.
Boy, how's everybody getting natural 20s? That's not fair. I mean, that's great. Good job.
Go aim.
Ain't having a
Uh,
good day today.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
totally. There we go. Okay. Bring it. The Manicore is
Definitely in
peek here,
range.
so I know what I'm doing. Okay.
What do we got for wind in this neighborhood, just out of curiosity?
For wind?
Yeah, I'm asking the DM. Is
Oh,
there any
okay.
wind?
It's a little breezy. It's quite a hot breeze, but it's not super windy or anything. It's just like yeah, it's just enough to not cool you down, but when it's really hot and you're kind of sweaty and the wind comes up and it's just as hot and it's really uncomfortable. That's exactly how it feels here.
Okay.
Okay.
Hot midsummer time.
And yeah, and I just rolled. I don't know if it showed anything though.
Yeah, it showed.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I got a 10. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep track of this. So what did everybody get? I know you can do this in Roll20, and one day I'm going to get Jayush to show me how to do that. But for now, I'm
You
going to
click
do
on
this.
the.
What's that?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
For you, I can click on the.
Yeah, no,
character sheet
there's
to
like
click
a
into the
turn
roll.
tracker on
Oh yeah,
Roll
that's
Yeah,
20.
Roll20 has a built-in
Yeah,
built-in turn
yeah. But I
tracking.
think we would have to actually be using the characters in Roll20 for
Yep.
that to
Yes, you
work.
well you could add tokens manually, but that's another thing entirely.
Here, let's just.
Too much like work.
Well, I am technically working, so well,
Yeah,
not
fair
technically,
enough.
I am working.
That is
um,
cool.
yeah, if anybody out there is looking for a really great job to do, I suggest going to library school because libraries are awesome. Okay. Okay. So okay, I got my notes up. Okay. So who got show you? You got 20?
Yep.
Okay, did anybody get higher than 20?
Like, show you got a 20 flat.
Yeah, flat 20. Oh, I think I kind of messed up my character, but yeah, flat 20.
Flat 20. Okay.
Okay.
I've got a 23.
Okay. And anybody get more than that? Okay. Michael, you got 13. Is that right? 12?
Well,
Okay. And Krog, what did you get?
15.
15. Okay. And oh, I always roll last. Okay. All right. So the Manticore basically hears Krog, stands up from his prey, turns around, growls. You can see, remains of the ox actually, melting off of his maw, and
Oh, my ox.
and it looks like he's not really moving his right wing at all. It looks almost unnatural the way that it's following, like almost dragging on the ground behind him as he kind of turns around to face Krog. And it will be Ain's turn.
All right. So seeing that the jig is up now, Ain will dart out of the shadow, dart out of like the little side path shadows that he's currently in. He'll move all the way over here. He'll take his walking staff that he has. He'll be gonna pick it up, twirl it in both hands, as he's gonna take 2 strikes, pap pap, using his quarterstaff.
All right.
Oh, I'm just rolling these. I guess I'm just rolling these in Roll20. Oh, that's a 12 and a 10.
Okay. So unfortunately, the Manticore was ready for you. And he's really kind of swift. He's like moving around, so you
He's
don't hit him.
dipping it.
Yeah.
Right. As the staff sort of spins around above his head, he's gonna use a bonus action to make one unarmed strike. 24.
That hits.
25, as he takes 8 bludgeoning damage as his one of his wings on the ground. Aim sort of looks down and just stomps on the wing. Stomps on the wing really hard, and I need him to make a DC. Is that gonna work? No, I need him to make a. Hold on, let me just actually properly set the DC.
Sure.
Versus Wiz. And that's because it looks like it messed the. There we go. Yeah, I need to make it a DC 15 stunning strike.
DC 15.
DC
Okay.
15 Constitution saving throw, or else he is stunned.
nice.
He spent a key point to do so.
All right. He is stunned. You've stepped on his wing. He kind of cries out, and he's focusing on your foot on his wing. He doesn't even care about Krog anymore.
Yeah, I've he's sort of grinding his heel into a nerve, like an exposed nerve on his wing, and you can see its body begin to sort of tense up just from the shock of the pain.
All right. And we Sinio's turn, unless Ain's going to do something else.
Nope, that's it. That's my turn.
Okay, Sinio.
See here. Well, seeing as I have an opportunity to try and get what remains of my ox back and sell what remains of it on the marketplace, so I also rush behind Chimera. And
As a note, As
They
well,
do,
because
alright.
it is stunned, everyone has advantage on attack rolls against it. It can't make strength or dexterity saving throws.
Okay, so you have one of the wings pinned down.
Yep.
Is that the injured wing?
Yeah, so I've punched out the injured wing. You have advantage on attack rolls against it
Okay.
because it is stunned.
And you're a rogue, so you might also have like other things that come with rogue, right? Can you sneak up on him because he's stunned?
Yeah. Suppose that would make sense, wouldn't it? But well, for the sake of
So it
expedience here,
becomes
I think I
surprise
just
attack or whatever.
Yeah, if you want to try,
basically I'll just plunge. I'll just plunge my daggers into its basically I'll pin its wing with one of my daggers.
okay. Uh, you made the character in roll 20, so you should be able to just click on dagger, and it should roll for it,
So roll to hit.
and it'll add up all your bonuses and everything.
I don't think I have any bonuses because I don't think I added up the stats correctly, but that's okay. Oh, how about that? I didn't even give myself a dagger. I gave myself a rapier. That's fine.
That's all right.
So you don't want to click the weapon proficiency. Do you have it under attacks and spellcasting or rapier
Whoops.
under attacks and spellcasting? It's in the center column of your sheet.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Oh, I do. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay.
So you should be able to click that, and that should automatically.
There we go.
Aha! Look at that.
Aha. Okay, 16. That hits.
Woo!
So in the chat box now, you should be able to click on the name underneath the attack roll, and it should automatically roll for damage if it's set up properly.
Where'd it go?
Read in the chat.
And you click on the name in the chat box.
Yeah, but at the top of the chat box, there's a bunch of things across the top. If you click on the one that looks like two comic book cartoon bubbles,
Yeah.
that'll get you back to the chat if you've lost
Yeah.
it. And then roll to the bottom where your 16 dagger is and click on the word dagger.
Yeah, sorry, fellas. It's
no
software's
worries.
new to me, so
No,
22
That's
all right.
or
it is
roll 20
fiddly.
Yeah.
can be
And
considered something.
sometimes I do that too, and I'm the DM. I'll be like, Juice, what's the rule? I don't know the rule for this one. There's a lot of rules in D&D.
There's
Yeah.
a surprising amount.
guess.
Even after they kind of made it easier to deal with in 5e.
If you're having problems, you can just roll a d4 and add
Yeah.
your dexterity modifier
That's option 2.
Sure. I think I'll just do that.
or your strength modifier, I guess.
D4 and 2 for my dexterity modifier.
Okay, so you have 3. Okay. All right,
How many
so
attacks do you get?
just 1.
Okay.
Because everybody's low level.
And so level if he's a rogue, he does get sneak attack.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because you guys are level 5, actually.
That's what I was going to say. I thought he got
yeah,
a sneak attack
yeah,
or
yeah.
a surprise attack or one of
If
those.
he's a rogue, he does get sneak attack.
Yeah. So yeah, because you have a friendly person near you, it's within 5 feet though, isn't it? Or
Within 5 feet of the creature, and additionally, he should have had advantage on that roll as well because the manticore is stunned.
that's right. Either way, he hit, so it was okay. But mind you, you know what? You should roll again because if you roll a natural 20 on advantage, then you would actually do more damage.
Okay, so roll another.
Yeah, as if you were to hit.
Click on the dagger again.
Yeah.
In the character sheet, in the middle.
Nope, not a natural 20. So
Unfortunate.
Yep.
You still hit though.
still hit. All
You
right.
should at least free up your leg.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, because you should have sneak attacks. So
So now you can roll
extra.
again twice.
Well, it's extra d6, isn't it?
Yeah, it's extra d6s.
Yeah.
What level of rogue is he?
5.
5. So he should get 3 d6.
So roll 3 more
You
d6.
get 3 d6 on top.
Roll that
3
two
more.
2 more times.
2 more.
So 3, 4, 5. Ooh, another 10 damage.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah. So basically, you kind of nick him first with the dagger, and he doesn't really notice, and then you sneak attack him, and he cries out like he's feeling it, and he kind of spins tries to spin around, but he's still kind of like stunned, kind of not really understanding where anybody is or what's happening here, and it is Krog.
Krog is going to charge and bellowing the whole way.
Hey, Krog.
And I want to be 10 feet from him
Okay.
because I have reach. Is that 10 or 5 feet from him?
You're right beside him right now, so basically you want to be like right here,
Okay.
right there.
So, and then I will attack from there. So, and I'm bellowing to try and get his attention.
Okay. He's he's following the sound of your voice.
Okay. Let me check.
How long am I stunned for, Juice?
Until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so I got a 22 and a 19.
Okay, they both hit.
Okay. And so I did 14 and 12. 26 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh.
And is he still alive?
He's still alive, yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to use a bonus attack and hit him with the blunt butt end of my glaive.
Okay.
Or at least I'm going to try. Nice. 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Is it? Oh, and that's a D4.
I always have this running joke whenever people get like 20, 25, I always say, oh no, that misses. But then I realized that the only person that was enjoying the joke was me, so I stopped.
Yeah.
You
I
say
can
Make that
see
joke
that
in our group
happen.
sometimes. Because we'll make that joke in our group sometimes. We're like level 11, so we're like, there's a 31 hit. We're like, yeah. You know, hold on, let me double check real quick. Just double check.
So I did 7 more
Just barely.
damage.
7 more damage?
Yeah.
Okay, he's still alive. All right. And Devnos.
Okay, I'm gonna throw 2 crossbow bolts at him.
Both at advantage.
Okay. So I hit him twice.
Yeah, I hit him twice. 2 25s.
Wow. Nice.
That's 6 piercing damage and 11 piercing damage. So another 17 damage.
Okay. Still alive.
Damn.
But he had a broken wing, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's not moving anyways because he's stunned, but
Yeah. Yeah, he can't, and I can't even attack or anything, right? Like because I'm stunned.
nope.
Like, there's
The
nothing I
creature's
can do.
incapacitated, can't move, and can only speak falteringly. They
Yeah.
automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws, and all attack rolls have advantage.
Yeah.
Monks, man, they're good.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. It
well,
is.
all my attacks hit.
Yeah, it is the
Mhm.
Manicore's turn, and he's focusing completely on his broken wing. He's not focusing on any of you anymore, even though you've just like rained, terror upon him. It is the monk's turn.
All right. I am going to. I'm going to start rolling in person because I have the dice out for a reason. I don't know if I used the sheet. I'm going to make 2 more attacks with my quarterstaff as Aim is continuing to spin his quarterstaff, little like Darth Maul. That is a natural 20.
Oh my
The
goodness.
first-
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Oh my goodness! All right, so that's 2d. That's 2d8 plus 3.
All right.
The first
Does the
hit.
Manticore get a
So-
chance to
Okay,
like
so
do a saving throw?
he gets cleared of it at the end of his turn, but I just want to make sure that I'm not. I know, like everyone knows, I'm not. But that's max damage on the crit. So that is 8, 16, 17, 21 damage on the first hit.
Okay. Basically, you obliterate the Manticore. Like he falls to the ground, and he's such a large creature that he actually falls on the rest of the ox, and he can't even see the ox anymore.
Oh,
And the ground even shakes a little bit. And now Billiam comes running back, and he's like, oh, thank goodness I came with you guys. That I don't know what I would have done if I've never seen anything like this guy before.
You would have been eaten.
Well, you or some other townsfolk, maybe. That's a good thing we took care of it as we did.
yeah. Thanks for avenging my ox. My
Oh,
poor
no
ox.
right.
shit, who are
Speaking
you?
of, well, hello.
Avenging
Pleasure
my
to meet you.
ox.
And why are you feeding
Anything
your
else?
ox to this thing?
I wasn't feeding the ox to that chimera. I just turned around, went to the bushes to do a little, relieve myself, and I turned around and that big chimera was there eating my ox.
Oh well, I'm glad we could help avenge your ox. What is your name, stranger?
My name's Sinyo.
Sinyo. Well, it's nice to meet you. My name is Ain.
Nice to meet you, Jane.
Davnos. I'm
All right.
Davnos. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Dovnos.
Krog.
Grog?
Krog.
Krog. Oh, Krog. Hey, nice to meet you, Krog.
I know. We were just on our way to have a little parley with the local ruler of the area. Something about krakens and sacrificing townsfolk. Not a good look or deal for anyone involved.
Sounds like
Oh,
they're inviting in the marrow. I'm not a big fan of this Xanthos guy.
Sounds like a pretty heavy conversation to have with someone. Well, seeing as how my ox is dead, I got some free time. Maybe I'll join you guys.
I was about to ask. You handled yourself quite well in the fight. Not that the Chimera put much of a fight back, but you handled yourself quite well.
Yeah, well, I get accosted by bandits all the time on the road, so I've learned to defend myself somewhat.
Huh.
Bodyguards do
see.
get pretty expensive.
Fair enough.
That they do. They do. I remember working as a
You can
bodyguard
hire
once.
me.
Hell, so
Dog
I'll
is
hire you next
quite
time I
good.
have something to go into town to sell, but for now I got nothing.
Oh,
Therefore, I
classic
got no
Krog.
money to pay you.
Uh-oh.
Classic Krog, right there.
Well, Zinnia, it is dark now, yeah? Or is it? It's a light out. Is it dark? Is it?
It's getting to be, I would say, afternoon, because or probably like past afternoon. So it's getting close to dusk for sure.
Getting
Um,
close to us?
yeah, Billiam says we should probably continue on and try to get to try to get to the funeral as fast as we can before before it's over. This Manticore kind of messed with the timeline here.
So
Fair enough.
the guy that we're gonna talk to what is he, a king?
He's our king, yes.
More or less.
Yeah.
Never talked to a king before. Hmm.
You can help us out, Krog. It'll be good.
It'll be a new experience for
know.
you, a learning experience.
All right. So Billiam takes you back onto the road, and you continue on. And it's not very much longer that you you basically come to an area where you're back near the ocean. You can see there's it looks like a procession of people walking along, and there's four men clad in black cloth, and they're carrying what looks like well, basically looks like a box, the size of a human. And there's um, uh, oops, sorry. And there is somebody who looks like he's very well dressed. His clothes are obviously much nicer than everybody else's. His face looks really sad. And a a, a hoplite carrying a shield and a sword runs up to you and says, "Hey, stand aside, commoners! Don't obstruct the funeral rites of the honorable King Leandros of Ilos." And as soon as that happens, it gets the attention of the king, and he looks over, and he sees Billiam, and he says, "Oh, wait! I know this man. He was a friend of my father's. Billiam, if you have come to say your farewells, I fear you're too late." And Billiam walks over to him, and they have an exchange. You can't really hear it, but every once in a while, Leandros looks over at you, and uh,
Krog waves.
and he and he and he says something to Billiam, and then Billiam comes back to you, and you really should maybe say something. Just you're sorry. You have some sort of emotion. Kind of looks at Krog, and he says, you can pretend maybe, and and he
You want me
says,
to pretend?
and he says, we have been invited to the palace tonight. He's very happy to see me. I actually brought a lot of fish, to the king, and so the king, really appreciated it. Did I mention that we have a lot of fish at my village? I can't remember if
I'm
I
gonna
mentioned that or not.
insight check him.
Billiam or
About the
Leandros?
fish.
No, Billiam, because he said you could pretend. And so I want to know if he was trying to diss me.
Oh, sure.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Oh no. Natural one.
Oh no, indeed.
You're 100% positive that there was no diss involved. That he probably just doesn't know you very well, and you kind of
You're a
like, yeah.
strange man.
All right, and here I got a little picture here of the
The
procession that came out
procession.
for you.
Ooh,
Very cool.
very
All right.
cool
Nice.
indeed.
All right, so we are going to, and you don't, and Billiam says to you too. He tells you that I don't see the priest here. Xanthos doesn't seem to be at the funeral, which is actually quite strange. I would think that he would even be presiding over it or something, but this kind of furthers my belief that the priest really doesn't care much for the rulers, and I think he's doing what he can to try to take over. You know, I think we should.
Speaking of presiding, who is presiding over the funeral, and if not, the Xanthos character
Most likely Hector doing it himself.
doing it himself?
Yeah, he is a very proud son, and chances are, maybe it was even a request of his father's, but yeah, I like I said, I think we should just let's go to the town. Let's wait for Hector to get back, and why don't I show you around? You can check out some of the shops. Maybe I don't know if you need any gear, if there's anything that you might need.
Oh, okay. Well, gentlemen, shall we all head over to explore the town a bit? Head over to the palace.
Yeah, let's find out what we can find out about this religion. I'm curious.
Yeah,
Alright.
sounds good to me.
Okay, so you go to the basically you go to the city, and it's bustling. I'm just gonna change to a map, but it's not. This is just to get rid of that other map. So basically you get there. Everything is really busy. There's lots of shops. There's lots of stalls. Lots of people selling things. Lots of food everywhere. Krog. You can smell, like, there's shrimp being barbecued. There's fresh halibut. There's some octopus.
Calamari.
some calamari for sure, and there's also there's your typical general store, weapon shops, magic spells, things like that. Billiam takes you through the streets, and it seems like he knows them very well. He doesn't need to ask for directions. He's obviously been here, quite a few times. And he takes you to an inn where he talks to the innkeeper, and he comes back to you and he says, "I've procured you some rooms, so you can, you can rest, you can, you can get prepared. I would really suggest," and he kind of looks at you again, Krog, that maybe you use the bathing facilities before going to see the king, and
What?
No, a nice bath does sound quite relaxing.
and I'll come
I'm
back
getting
for you
feeling
in
early
probably
runoff.
I'll come back for you in an hour, and I'll take you to the palace. And so
Frog
just if
smells his armpit.
you smell fine, as far
Yeah, I
as
know. I
for
smell
yeah.
like pine needles.
How does he smell to the rest of us?
Well, rotting pine needles probably, but maybe a little bit of manticore.
I was 10 feet away. Come on.
All right. So is there anything that you want to do? You have a little bit of time before going to see the king. Did you want to go see any of the shops or anything like that?
Quick question.
Sure.
Do actually two quick questions. One, which city are we in again? Are we in Hyperion? Not in
Oh.
Hyperion. Are we in Ithia?
You're in Ithia.
Okay. Okay, so we're here.
Yep.
Gotcha. Second of all, how much money do we have?
Oh, that's a good question. We actually never discussed that. I would, because you're fifth level, you've each got at least 150 gold.
150?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Absolutely. Oh, all right. Well, I think it would behoove. You said there was like a magic. Is there like a magic curios shop?
Yep.
Or like anything of the sort?
Yep.
Aiden will want to visit one of those if anyone wants to follow with. Maybe
Yeah,
get to
okay.
procure some potions or
Yeah.
anything of the sort.
All right.
I want to
So
look. Oh man, I want to sniff around though. Like I'm curious about the. So where would, like, can I talk to anyone about before Billiam goes? It's like, where are the temples that Xanthos uses to do his thing?
he says the temple and the palace are one and the same for Xanthos. As far as he's concerned, all of the other temples are beneath him. So he doesn't step foot in them. He doesn't talk to the other priests. He considers himself above everybody.
Really? Okay, that's good to know.
Sounds kind
Thank
of
you.
uppity.
Yeah, kind of uppity.
Some
I
kind of
agree,
uppity.
Krog. He's a little too uppity for his own good, I think. But we'll figure that out later. In the meantime, yeah, okay, let's go sniff around the shops, see what we've got.
All right.
All right.
So you go to you want to go to. So I'll do. Is anybody going with the monk to the magic shop, or is it just the monk?
Well, I'll go with him.
Okay. So you go to the magic shop. You see a sign out front, and it's called the Wand Right, and it's surrounded by narrow alleys, and it's very colorful. When you walk inside, it's a two-story building of timber, brick walls, a slate roof, and there's a dwarf on the other side of a counter. He actually looks more like he's a blacksmith than he does a wizard, and he looks at you and he says, "Greetings, welcome to the Wand Right. My name is Rusaba, and what can I get for you today?"
Well, hello there, Rusaba. We were, to be completely honest, we've just sort of blown into town. We wanted to see exactly what you had in stock. Is there anything you have a specialty in, or anything of the sort, or any interesting, intriguing items for sale?
He laughs and he says, "Well, I mean that all depends on, you know, how heavy your purse is."
Hmm. All right. Uh, in that case, uh, uh, Dovnoth, you don't need any more magical armaments, do you?
Not strictly speaking, but I did want to ask if our friend has anything that might deal with the marrow or kraken
Oh,
specifically.
Anything that might help against such creatures, or
he says
Or
to you, says you're obviously not from around here.
no, we're really not.
He says, and he starts speaking very loudly. I really don't have anything that could possibly help you with the marrow. And he walks over to the door and he shuts it, and you hear the little click lock. And he turns back and he says, I got some rings.
ooh,
And these particular rings, well, let's just say that you won't ever get tired when you're swimming. And he looks at Devnos and he says, although I don't know that they would do you much good.
No, unlikely, but
intriguing.
it'd be
I'd,
curious to see what you do have.
I'd, as a quick question here, sort of sounds like that openly speaking out against uh, such creatures is that like a taboo around here? Are you not allowed to speak of it, or?
He says, everything used to be fine, and then the king passed away just recently, and let's just say when people start speaking too badly of the marrow, they're suddenly chained to this rock out in the ocean, and this giant, weird looking squid like thing with hands comes out and eats them. And I don't know about you, but I really have no desire to be eaten by a squid like thing.
Ah,
That happened
I
quick.
see.
That's what we
This
were
shows.
worried about.
And he says,
This
I'm going
shows
to be
quicker
honest
than
with
we
you.
thought.
He says, I'm not even actually a wizard or anything. I'm more of what you would call liberator of other people's things. And my shop is basically made up of things that I have liberated.
All
Well,
right. Well, it might
well done,
behoove us.
you.
It might behoove us to take a look for these rings. How much for one of them?
Well, you look like you're oh, well to do. Maybe, and he's kind of looking at your monk robes and he says, this 75 gold? How does that sound?
Can I make an inside check then to see if he's being truthful about uh the capabilities of these rings?
Yes,
I just want to make sure we're not getting
just a ring.
scammed here. We're not getting scammed. If he's a liberator of things, he also is a liberator of money, possibly from us. So
Exactly. Yeah. No. Good call. Well done, Juice.
inside check.
Okay.
So that's a 9 on the die, which gives us a 16.
Okay, you're absolutely positive that he's not lying about the rings at all.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you're also pretty positive that he really has no idea what he's talking about. He's, you know, um, he knows what the ring does, but he obviously isn't the kind of person that knows the price of it, or he's guessing.
Doesn't know the price.
No.
Would I be familiar with what the price might be?
You could do an Arcana check and see if you know anything about it.
Absolutely, I will.
Or
That's an
would
8.
I? Like as
Yeah,
a
you could.
Triton.
Yeah, you could do an Arcana check.
And there's
Okay.
multiple rings.
They're all he has a few. Yeah.
These rings really even help us, though. I mean, it's just going to make us not get tired while we're swimming around in the water. But
The
Well,
probability
I mean,
of
if we're fighting
swimming-
something in the water,
Yeah.
I
right?
think
I
it's
was
a
going
ring
to say
of
the
free
probability of
It-
ending up in the water is
Yeah.
going to be pretty high.
What's your Arcana check? The monk.
Oh, that was
Oh,
an 8.
sorry, 8. You have
Mine was
no
a
idea
10.
either. You're
Okay.
yeah. You actually believe the dwarf at this point. You're
Yeah, okay. Okay, 75 each.
We get 3
right. Do you
rings?
have any? Do you have anything in the way of any potions or anything of the sort?
he says, well, I have this one potion that if you drink it, it actually, let's say for example, you left a sandwich out for too long and it's a delicious sandwich. You don't just want it to go to waste, so you eat it, obviously. And then the next day you're kind of feeling, like you really can't go adventuring. I've got a potion that actually
We've all
takes
been
care
there.
of that.
Oh, Interesting. All
It
right,
takes
and
care of your sandwich.
It's anti-poison.
I
Yeah.
believe it deals with. All right,
Yeah.
and just checking the market. Any magical armaments of any sort? You are the wand, right? Supposedly, do you have any wands?
I
Or
have a wand. Yeah, actually, I came across a wand not too long ago, and it's kind of cool. It shoots webs, and so kind of like the marrow use these like nets, to try to entangle people. Well, you can use this wand, and you can entangle them with you know, with a web.
Hmm, certainly sounds useful. Certainly sounds useful. Is everyone here with us, or is it just
You and Devnos,
Davnos and
Dothnos, I mean. Yeah.
Davnos? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just us
Oh,
All
chickens.
right. I mean, you could have come if you wanted. All right. So
Am I just
rings
like
that can help
outside
us
the
swim.
shop?
You can, or you can go somewhere else if you want. Here, while they're thinking about their magic items, what would you two like to do?
Hmm.
You can go
I'm
to
not sure.
there is a weapon shop, there's an armory, there's typical town or city rather. So there's a blacksmith. Um, or if you want, you can just rest until it's time to go to the palace.
I think I'm gonna just follow them into the shop. See what's taking them so long.
Sure.
Yeah,
Um,
same here. Let's see what the
okay.
brouhaha's about.
The door kind of jangles because it's locked, and the dwarf kind of startles a little bit, and he looks outside and he says, "These two guys with you?"
Oh, yes, they are.
You
Says
might need to bust down this door.
he
It-
flicks the lock and he opens it up and he rushes. He's like, "Come in, come in, come in."
Oh, are our friends here?
He says, "Yeah, they're here. They're looking at my stuff."
Mhm.
Hey, what's going on,
Yes,
guys?
I'm
Anything interesting?
He shuts the door and he locks
actually.
it again.
Several actually. Several rings that supposedly can help us, move and swim in the water. Might be useful if we're deigning to fight more of those creatures. Uh, a wand uh, that creates and shoots webs out like much like a spider does.
Yep.
So these
spider does.
rings, they let you move in the water?
He says, "Yeah, you can move quite quickly, actually."
Oh, actually, that sounds
I'll
pretty.
take one of
that sounds
those.
pretty-
He says, "It'll cost you 80 gold."
Now
80.
hold on, friend. Hold on, friend. You gave it. Hold on, friend. I believe the previous price that we came upon was 75.
Oh,
Correct, and we are
yeah.
and we are here. We're providing you plenty of business, and to be completely honest, we are partially in town to deal with the whole, giant squid creature sort of deal. So I don't suppose for the safety of you and your business, you would mind giving us a little bit of a discount.
Sure. Why don't we say 75?
Wait a minute. When you say giant squid, how big is this thing, anyways?
He looks at you and he says, "Oh, it could if it sat on my business, it would crush it. It's pretty big."
Uh, shoot, what have I got myself
Oh.
into here?
Squid spit?
Good answer.
Well, you've got yourself into some ingredient procurement for some massive calamari.
Oh,
Exactly. That's the plan.
geez. Well, I
Yeah,
just
right.
lost
All
my
give me
payload,
something
so
time.
Ain will take one of those rings.
All right. He says, I can give you the bulk discount if if you buy say 2 or 3, I can give it to you for like 60 each.
Ooh.
got a coupon.
I think you guys want 3 total, right? 1 each.
Three. Yeah, I don't suppose you're terribly well in the water as is, Krog, with the whole armor shtick.
He says, if you wanted to buy one though, and he talks right to the Triton. He's like, if you wanted to buy one, I think it would look kind of smashing on you.
Because I'm
See,
vain and I
match
have
well
a-
with his color palette. Is that it? Matches.
Yeah, really.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Why not? What could I lose doing that?
Nothing. It would do nothing for you.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought.
What you could lose gold.
For
Yeah.
D&D
So I'm not
Beyond
gonna spend the money.
purposes, what should I add? Like, what is the ring?
It's called a ring of swimming.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
I was
so-
hoping it would be a ring of free action.
Oh no. And we're actually gonna stop here. This is a good place to stop and pause before you go off to the palace to meet the king. And that is our game of D&D for today. And we're gonna continue this a week from today on Tuesday next week. And I want to thank Juice and Michael and Andrew and Shoyu for coming and playing and being a part of Richmond Public Library's Dungeons and Dragons game on Twitch. So thank you very much.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for
Yeah,
gaming.
thank
Thanks for the
you.
patience.
No problem. Everybody's patient with me too. Every time I switch maps and I got to put characters back on the board, just wait. You'll experience that next week. Okay, bye
Awesome.
everybody.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.